Gibbs, driver of the 13 Mitigator Ford Fusion. I'd like to thank you for listening to Let's Talk Racing.tv.
Jr., driver of the number 5 Kiker Motorsports Camry. Welcome to Let's Talk Racing TV.
With Rockingham Speedway. Thanks for listening to Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Chkd, driver of the number 17 Toyota in the NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing. Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
I'd like to welcome everybody tonight to Let's Talk Racing. We already have on the phone this evening with us is Andre Prescott. Andre, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Well, good. Yeah, if you want to have your family and friends, just go to letstalkracing.tv, and there's a couple of links on there. You can find it. Like I said, you can also go to Facebook and just look up Let's Talk Racing TV show, and it'll have some links there as well. Since it's your first time being on the show, give me a little bit of information about yourself, how you got into racing, and where you've been to, and where you're hoping to go to.
Well, at the age of 5, I started in the go-kart, and then ran that until I was about 8 years old. Then we worked our way up to the Bandolero, and we ran that for a few years. We achieved California State Championships. We ran all the way back east and won top 10 points over national. And then when I was 12, moved up to the Legend Car Series. We ran that for a year at Orange Speedway in San Bernardino, California. And we ran Legend Car all across the country as well. And then when I was 13 years old, moved into the Super Late Model Division, and I ran my rookie season at Orange Speedway as well. And at 13, I ran for Rookie of the Year, top 10 points. And then at 14, we continued the Super Late at Orange. And then this year, since NASCAR dropped the age limit down to 15, run Super Late, we went to the Toyota Speedway at Irwindale, and we ran the half mile this season in the Super Late.
Now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Currently 7 in the point, and looking forward to next year running the SRL Southwest Tour.
Cool. Now, you say you're running out in Irwindale. Now, what do you think of that track? I've seen some of the races that they do, like at the beginning of the year. What was it? Toyota sponsored, I think, one of them.
Well, I love the track. I mean, it's one of the fun tracks I've been to because it's wide open and high speed, and just the crowd there is just amazing. There's a lot of support, and it's just a lot of fun. One of the best tracks I've been to.
Now, so you've pretty much haven't had a chance to do anything much in your life other than go fast and turn left.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just doing the best we can to get to bigger and higher places.
Now, have you talked to anybody that's been looking at you, possibly getting you hooked up with some of the bigger race teams and get you rolling into something a little bit faster and further on down the line?
Yeah, we've been working pretty diligently on that to just get our name out there and try to get some doors open to move on to hopefully the bigger and better series. But right now, we're going to run the SRL Tour, which is a touring series which will most likely get our name out there for us.
Okay, now you've let's see, because I know they're now like out here they have what's called the Pass series. I don't know if they have that out there as well. And I know a lot of the younger kids, just like yourself, that are not old enough that they go and getting these little touring series. Now, do they have the Pass series out there also, or is that what you're part of, but just called something different?
Well, yeah, our Pass series is the SRL Southwest Tour, which is basically the same thing as your Pass series, but just out here in Southwest.
Okay, but that's what you're part of then?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Now, how many different places do you guys go to race at?
We go to Utah, we go to Vegas, we go to down the north of California. We hit Roseville, Madera, and Stockton. And that's all we have for the tour right now. And they are trying to expand to Phoenix and possibly Irwindale if they are willing to work. But this series, it used to be the NASCAR Southwest series, but they had dropped it, and then these people have picked it back up and getting it back up on its feet.
Cool. Now, you say they're not running this series at Irwindale yet?
Well, they have been, but Irwindale is just, they weren't cooperative this year to let them on there. They just wanted too much money, and so they just pretty much said, okay, we'll go elsewhere.
The almighty dollar gets them in trouble again.
Oh, yeah.
Now, who do you have that you got sponsoring your car?
We have Mafia Motorsports, which is out of Wisconsin.
Goodness.
And, yeah. And they're a clothing company, a racing clothing company. And that's one of our sponsors. Then we have a clothing company we're trying to get out there and going. Black Hornet Race, SoCal Black Hornet Racing.
Right.
Is up and coming. And then we have sponsorship with Spy Sunglasses, Few Clothing. And that's pretty much, that's about it right now, but we're always out there looking for more. And we have a decent sponsorship, which is a company that is out there looking for sponsorships for us.
Cool. Good deal. Yeah, with the economy, yeah, everybody's always looking for sponsorships. You already got your stuff lined up for next year?
Yes, we're in the process of getting our car ready to roll for next season. And in fact, our Super 8, we're getting it prepped and ready for this weekend at Toyota Speedway at Irwindale.
Cool. Now, let's see, that race I think was what, the Toyota Shootout or something like that? All-Star Shootout, something like an All-Star Showdown?
The All-Star Showdown, yeah.
There we go. If I hit enough names, I'll get it. So, now, other than racing, what do you get to do? I mean, for fun and relaxed time?
Well, in my downtime, I like to go play golf. I like to go out on the boat and just hang out with our friends and stuff. Other than that, it's just work on the car, hit the gym, and prepare ourselves for the upcoming weekend.
Well, now, who do you look up into in the regular racing world that you hope to aspire to be like?
Well, I'd like to be like Jeff Gordon. He's my idol. I've always looked up to him since I've been little, and I plan to take his spot in a two-pump car someday.
Well, that's something to look up to. Bear with me just a second. I forgot one of our props for the show tonight. Since we have our own Tony Stewart stand-up since he won, I figured we'd put him in the background here. But anyway, so I never got an answer to an earlier question. Have you talked to any of the bigger teams?
No, not of yet. But we're working to get in the door and to start talking with them for further sponsorship and opportunities to drive for them.
Okay. Have you thought about going to go to the Hendricks team, or have your people that are looking for sponsors possibly contact them, or is this do you have a plan so that you can take Jeff Gordon's spot away from him?
Well, right now our plan is to run the SRL tour next year and just get our name out there, and then hopefully we can get spotted, picked up by someone, and maybe run the West Series somewhere down the line. And then when I turn 18, hopefully there's someone out there who wants to give us a ride in the truck, and then just go from there.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that we've talked to before, and there was actually a young man on here a couple of months ago. He's about 13 years old. Now, he got approached by Kevin Harvick and has already signed up for a 5-year contract with Kevin. And he's only 13 years old. So he's going to be running all the other stuff except for the NASCAR sanctioned stuff till he gets to be 18.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's things that can happen out there. Have you ever heard of Carson Racing?
No, I haven't.
Those guys you might want to get in touch with. Let's see here if I can pull them up here online. Yeah, Terry Carson, Kristen Carson. You might want to look those guys up on Facebook.
Okay.
Because they work a lot with up-and-coming drivers. They're also their favorite person that they do work with is Boris Said. I know you've heard that name before.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's a trip, let me tell you. But yeah, I would take and get up with the guys out there at Carson Racing. The easy place to go to is carsonracing.com is their website, and I'm sure there's some numbers on there. If you can't find a way to contact them, just go to one of my web pages on Facebook here, and they're friends of mine, so you can always get linked into them that way.
Okay, good stuff.
Good stuff. What about your parents? How do they feel about you in here doing all the racing?
Oh, they're very supportive. They've supported me since day one. I mean, they're the ones that got me into racing, and they're behind me to whatever I want to do, and all the time. I mean, they put me in the right spots to get to where I am now, and they will continue doing so throughout my racing career.
Well, that's good that they're standing behind you and pushing you, or hopefully giving you the drive. That's always good to have. You always need somebody basically to watch your back, so to speak, and to be there for whether a good race or a bad race. And parents are always number one to be in that spot, because they'll still love you whether you do good or bad.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. I'm very fortunate for them being behind me all these years and continuing on with that.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and let you get off the line here, because we're going to have another person calling in here shortly. But, yeah, if you check your Facebook, you'll probably find I sent you a friend request once I finally found you. And what you do is just link up on mine, look through some of my friends, look for the Carsons, and you'll be able to get up with them. Who knows, they might get you hooked up with some new sponsors and get you further up in the racing career, because they've done some stuff all the way up through Sprint Cup as well.
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
And the nice part is they're in California.
Oh, okay,
That's why I was sending you that way.
All right.
So let me go ahead and let you run through your sponsors again. Thank everybody you need to, and we'll let you get back to your fun evening out in California.
All right, well, yeah, I would like to thank Buffy Motorsports, my parents, my sunglasses, Fuel Clothing, you said sponsorship, Black Hornet Racing, and don't forget to RogerPrescott.com. Check us out there, and we can talk in contact with us.
All right. In that case, well, let me go ahead and let you go, and you have yourself a good night then. You still there? Hello, hello.
You know me.
Hang on, Clifton.
Hey.
Still there? Andre? Oh, he was just signing off already. Oh, fun, fun, fun. There we go. How you doing tonight, Cliff?
All right, how about you?
Going crazy. I'm having to do the show solo.
Right.
But I'm having a good time. I got a friend of mine in the background over here hanging out with me, Tony Stewart. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's been doing good lately.
Yep. Well, we got Clifton Savage on the line with us. He's a racer out at Langley Speedway. Cliff's been on the show several times. Cliff, go ahead and run through your short bio or long bio and let everybody know how you got into racing, what you're doing now, some of your projects, which we're going to talk about, and where you hope to go from to in the future.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Well, I started off in 2008. Started off in Trolling Camp Car. I'm currently running now as well. I've collected 2 wins, one last year and one just recently, our last race. The last race was the night of the NASCAR Modifieds. I won that race. Unfortunately, we haven't raced since then due to rain and all that stuff going on. I also have a U-Car that I'm attempting to run full-time next year, running for Rookie of the Year. I'm attempting to run a few more races at the end of this season. I've also done arena racing at the Hampton Coliseum last season. Did pretty well on that. Not sure if I'm going to do it again this year. I'm looking towards, needing sponsors and stuff like that to run. But for the most part, I've been running those 2 divisions. I'm working towards whatever I can move up into the next few years. Obviously, with the U-Cars, it's front-wheel drive. Trying to move up into a rear-wheel drive, maybe Super Street, Grand Stock, something like that in the near future. And, just going wherever I can in the next few years, trying to move up, maybe try some late model touring series or staying in E-Series, something like that. Just getting my feet wet in anything I can get to.
Whatever you can pedal as fast as you can in, huh?
Yeah, if it's got 4 wheels and goes fast, I'll try it.
Have you ever thought about going out and trying to do road racing or something like this?
I've been interested in it, and actually back when I first started racing, I was thinking about the Skip Barber School.
Yeah.
Going out there and doing that. They have multiple programs. You do the school classes and all that stuff, and then they have actual races, race events that once you're qualified and you pass your test or whatever, go out there and have actual races. Obviously, with all that comes money, prizes, and all that stuff. So that's kind of the thing that's held me back from doing something like that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, anything. I'm open to trying wheels, on asphalt, dirt, or even road courses.
Well, yeah. If you ever decide to go down there, let me know. I'll give a call to. You said Skip Barber or Dick Barber?
Yep.
Skip. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Dick Barber down there where he runs his Le Mans teams and stuff like that out of there.
Okay.
But that's always fun. Terry, you've met Terry O'Connell?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. She knows Dick Barber also down there.
Right. You going to be on a team?
Yeah, she's going to be on my race team. If that's what you're talking about.
Well, for Racing for Hope, they talked about she was going to be on a team as an all-female team. I don't know if it was for ALMS or Rolex series.
There are talks going on about them getting with her and doing some stuff with Dick, yes.
Okay, cool.
we're just waiting for all of it, as I say, to come together and come to fruition, and everybody starts doing the checks and the contracts and all that other good stuff. Everybody will be happy campers then.
Right, that's half the battle right there.
But anyway, now I know you like to do some go-kart racing, especially over AIK, and I understand we're going to have a Children's Hospital of the King's Daughter 100, which has now been apparently converted to 2 100s.
Yes, we had our first event, the inaugural Chkd 100 was last year. It was October 25th, something like that.
I do have a quick question. Have you been hanging around Chuck Hall?
No.
I mean, he's been doing all these races here at Langley Lake and turned them into twins all over the place. I was just wondering if you'd started doing the twin 100s and got it from him.
I did for that, yeah. Funny you mentioned that, because we have, for the first time, we'll have twin 15s for the Pro Wing Camp cars on October 22nd. And I was joking with my brother. I have a twin brother, John Savage, who also races Pro Wing Camps with me. And we were talking about how the twins should sweep the twin races. Have one, I'll win the first one, and I'll let him win the second one, or something like that.
There you go.
Just to be funny, but yeah, we had a meeting with Luke, the manager at AIK, the American Indoor Karting in Virginia Beach. It's a really great facility, really well run, really fun place, great atmosphere. And we had a sit down a while back, talking about the event and talking about what we could do to kind of blow it up this year, try and make it bigger than it was last year. Obviously, the main point is trying to raise more money for Chkd. So one of the ideas was, it got kind of close to when I was talking to him, it seemed like I already had all 10 teams booked for the race, the 100-minute race. We plan on having 10 teams with $5 per team, so 50 drivers for the race. And he was suggesting to me, well, why not increase the amount of races, add a second race in there if you got more people, so we could fill the spots, and just would increase the time date. It's October 24th. It's from 5 to 9 p.m. on Monday night at the track. We've got the whole place for ourselves. They're not normally open at night, so we've got the whole place to ourselves.
Cool.
Pack it in there. So, yep, we'll have 2 races now, both 100 minutes each. Approximately 100 drivers will be racing at some point in time out there, so it's going to be pretty packed.
Now, have you had any of the guys express possibility where they'll race the first 100 minutes and then maybe race for another team in the second 100 section?
Yep. Yeah, some people have already been asking that, and I was trying to get as many people as we could, original people in the seats. But, I mean, in reality, I can't totally control that. If someone wants to race another race, if we got a team that wants to race again, they'll just have to pay the extra entry fee, just like if there was someone else taking that spot.
Right.
It's a possibility. We're trying to fill the spots, but yeah, if we get close to the end here, the next few weeks, and we don't have spots still, some people that have shown interest in wanting to run both races, we might be able to fit them in there.
Yeah, that was one of the things I ran into, because I started talking to several people that we had been talking about, and the bad part was there was a lot of people that raced outside the area, raced in the truck and nationwide series, that wanted to race in the charity stuff, and before I knew it, I already had a team.
Right.
And I hadn't even gotten a call back or had a chance to even make a call to the other guys that I'd like to get in and get some notoriety in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now we've still got a few slots open, approximately about 4 teams left that are completely open. There's other teams that we've got right now that people are saying they've got their 5 people, and I'm just waiting for the names and all that stuff, so they're not totally booked, but it's approximate. So I'm kind of trying to hold those spots for them, but we have, we still have room for other people, definitely, and even if it's like 1 driver or 2 drivers, I'm sure we could fit them in on teams that don't have fully booked yet.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, I keep telling people, look, even if you can't race, you can come out and watch, enjoy the time being out there with all the other racers, have a good evening, and obviously, bring some money to donate or whatever you can for the charity race for the Chkd, because that's the whole point why we have it. It is the entry fee for the drivers. It's $50. That covers the Chkd fundraising and the track cost. There's overhead, obviously, for using the facility. And pretty much they revamped all their cars. They got us brand new tires last year, and all that stuff for the event. So it's, that's just a part of the deal that goes along with it sometimes.
Now, Now, I heard they changed the track around since the last time we were there, too.
Yeah, they reconfigured it. I think one of the turns is not as sharp or something. I forgot what they did. Unfortunately, I haven't driven the track yet. And I guess they turned it around, so you're turning more left than right now, which I guess for most of us langley drivers and stuff like that, we're probably partial to that. So we'll see how it goes for some of these people that are used to the old way that might not have been out there lately with the new configuration, and see how they adapt to that, which is also a good thing. If you get your names in as soon as possible to me, I put them on the roster. I put them up on the website. If you go to ARK Virginia Beach and you want to practice, you tell them that you're a part of the event, and they'll give you a special rate for $15 per race, and $5 of that will go to CHKD. So we're already raising money before the event even starts.
Good deal.
So,
Good deal.
yeah, it's a great part that ARK is doing this year. They're really trying to get into it and really help out. And they'll also got, even if you don't want to race, but you want to participate some way besides just spectating, we have sponsorship packages for if you want to sponsor a cart. They have yearly programs where you can sponsor a cart, get your company's name on the cart for a year. A certain percentage of that will go to CHKD. We even have, some people even set up banners the night of the race, and that's fine. You can have it the night of the race, but if you want it up at the track the whole year for customers and racers alike to notice your companies, there's also, we can work that out and have that out there, and a certain percentage of that will go to CHKD too. So ARK is definitely helping out, trying to help raise more money in different ways and really put some participation into the event.
Yeah, I'd like to know from them if they've got a halfway decent internet connection. If we could possibly do it live out there and broadcast it as well.
Yeah, that's something I'll ask Luke. I'll ask him, because I'm already talking. I'm constantly in talks with him. He's even gotten to the point, there's a bunch of regulars that come to ARK, some hardcore drivers that race there a lot, and we've given them the chance this year to compete against langley drivers, see how they can do against them. So we'll have some of those guys out there as well, and we have a few people from, it's called the Best of Times Nostalgia Drag Racing, actually. It's Diddy, France, and a few other guys are going to be coming out here to show off and see what a drag racer can do making turns. So we'll see how that goes. We're trying to get a nice eclectic group of people, just coming out and having a good time and raising money for CHKD.
Cool. Yeah, because it would be sort of fun. I know myself when I raced last year, I ain't gonna tell you how bad it was, but you get out of that car after you've been out there for a while, you're already getting cranked up and sweating your patootie off.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that came out of there. They're sweating. They were really working hard for it. It's really race. I mean, 100 minutes is long. Obviously, we take turns swapping out, but that whole time it's pretty intense. I mean, especially having 10 carts on the track at the same time. Some people are slow, some people are fast. It's rough. I mean, it's fun, but yeah, it'll take a toll on some people. So it's definitely, why we've got professionals out there and people that are really into it. Obviously, some people that just want to do it just for the fun of it. That's cool. But they might have to worry about having to get out of the way for some people, or they might get moved. So we did all right last year, though. I was surprised. No one got hurt. We had a few incidents here and there, or whatever, but nothing major.
Right.
I don't think we had to throw the red flag or anything like that. I know one cart failed or whatever, but besides that, it was pretty good. Everybody came home in one piece, so that was a good thing.
Now, question for you. Did you give some thought and planning to what we were talked about changing the format and everything to make it a little more even for everything?
Oh, the timing, pit stops, and all that stuff?
Yeah, when you go to do a pit stop and have a set timing for pit stops, and then if anybody wants to do more pit stops than that, that's up to them.
Right, yeah. Yeah, some teams that have some driver that just wants to go out there for the fun of it and park it and let the professionals get back out there and, do their thing.
Yeah.
It's an option, yeah. That's something I'm talking about for Luke. Figuring out, obviously, some drivers, like last year, we had the arena team. They kind of extended their pit runs to kind of get ahead on everybody else, and it was a good strategy for sure.
Oh yeah.
The other guys caught up. It was a tight neck race. It was close to the end there. It was getting kind of exciting. So, we're trying to keep it a little bit more even, so we got a little bit more competition. But But, that's just part of racing. The strategy always prevails, and so it's just something we got to look into.
Now, you don't mind that I'm going to have 2 ringers in there, do you?
Oh, no. That's fine. The more the merrier. That's the whole thing about. We got such an eclectic group of people out here.
Because remember now, Terry has won over 500 races. She's raced sprints, mini sprints, karts, all the way up to Sprint Cup.
Right.
So we'll have somebody in there. She loves beating and banging and getting around there. And then of course Dan he's raced Indy Lights, a little bit of Camping World, and a little bit of Nationwide too.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. It's people like that, if they can bring their friends out or their contacts, even friend drivers that they know or whatever, even if they own spots, bring them out and let them, invite them to the race and see how great it is and get them pumped up if they want to, be around for that next year. Because, Bill Moss was in the race, the track owner of Langley Speedway. He was on the Pro League team last year and he had a blast. And he definitely said this might be a good idea to take this annual thing, and so that's what we plan on doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely hopefully have it in the future. So even if people don't make it this year, come out and watch it, see what it's all about, come out and practice some, and get ready for it next time.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, I got a question for you. We were asking a couple of people this last week show, and I haven't heard any more on NASCAR about it and haven't seen anything. What did you think about the Paul Menard incident?
I knew that's what you were going to ask. Personally, I was kind of busy that night, but I did notice that on the TV. I saw that when I came home. My dad was in a little bit of an uproar. He saw that happen. I'm partially a Jeff Burton fan, so I'm partial to the Richard Childress racing team and all that. But it's actually, I made a comment the other day on Facebook about just joking about how these cars aren't built like they used to be, because they keep throwing all these debris cautions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they don't ever show it. It's I know sometimes the drivers will throw stuff out the window just for the heck of it, but it's NASCAR, the top level of competition. It's different from the local level. Things change. The reality of it, how the show is run. It is a show, it's there for the entertainment of the fans and all that stuff. Obviously, the drivers are there to race.
I just don't want to see it get down to the level of WWE stuff.
Yeah, shoot, they kind of had that last year. Jeff and Jeff going at it in Texas, I think it was kind of funny. Stuff like that, they just put on it kind of as a show. I know there are true emotions sometimes, but yeah, stuff like that's kind of iffy. And you notice it more and more lately with NASCAR. They kind of going that route at more of a entertainment side of it at the expense of reality. And it's a growing issue of are they losing their fan base, the original people that went out there just to watch a race. They didn't care if there was a bunch of double file restarts and green white checkers and stuff like that. They came out there to watch the races, and so it's kind of controversial. It's hard to comment on that. With what happened at Richmond, it'd been nice to see a replay.
Well, they had lots of replays. I'm sure they're all over YouTube and probably some on NASCAR.
Right. Yeah, and
if you want to see it, let me know. I'm sure I can find some.
But in reality, I guess you could say it is what it is. He didn't win that night, but Kevin Harvick won. But look, he's not even doing that well in the chase races right now, so I don't think it did them a hill of beans right now. So I think Jeff had some issues too this weekend. So.
You mean he's not doing that good? Kevin Harvick's second in the points.
Oh, he's second? Okay.
Yeah, behind Tony.
How much I'm paying attention to it right now.
Oh, boy, we're going to have to get after you. You're supposed to stay on top of all this stuff now.
Yeah. I've been busy with a lot of other stuff right now, I think.
Oh, I understand.
With my weekends, I haven't been watching races. I've been doing other stuff. But, yeah, I'm buzzing there, so, I'm not on those teams. I didn't hear the radio chatter. I guess someone was talking that they changed channels or something like that.
Oh, yeah, if you get a chance, there's a lot of footage on it, let me tell you. And, of course, anybody can edit anything to make it really sound bad. And that's some of the stuff I said. I said, well, unless you could actually have the actual live feeds and hear everything, and sync it to what's happening on the track at the time, then you can make a decision. But you got to be based off what somebody else has done, and it wouldn't be the first time that somebody created controversy by taking stuff out of context or out of order to create something, you know.
I mean, it's done every day. It's you see all the time in magazines at stores and stuff about all the stuff people put in magazines about celebrities and all that kind of stuff, just to twist stories, just to grab people's interest and sell the product and all that stuff. So it's just it's part of the game, really.
Yeah.
It's part of the business.
All right. Well, everybody, once again, the Chkd Children's Hospital of King's Daughters 100 Twin.
Yeah.
And that is October the 24th, was it?
Yes, October 24th, Monday night, 5 to 9 p.m.
All right. And if you want to, please go ahead and thank all your people out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. First and foremost, I always got to thank my father. Without his help, without what he's done to get me to where I am today, I probably wouldn't be talking to y'all. I probably wouldn't be even racing. So if it wasn't for him, I thank him for all that stuff. Obviously, his business, he has his own business, Security First. Anybody ever was looking for like home security or even company security, anything like that, he's even starting to tap into the entertainment market, setting up sound systems and stuff like that. He's pretty well talented in all those areas. So Security First, obviously Auto Muffler King, Kevin Hedrick, works there. He's done some work for us with our race cars before, so he's a big help. Jada's Graphics and Science Department for lettering up our cars and all that stuff. Race 101, the driver education program that I was accepted in last year from Denver, North Carolina. That they had the inaugural class last year, which I was in. I'm an alumni this year of the new class at 2011, and they'll be having a new one coming up in 2012, and they're actually opening applications now. So if any racers listening that are interested in trying to learn more about what it takes to be a driver and more about the real world of racing and marketing and all that stuff, they can go to race101.net and look up the information on there. They can write up the application and all that stuff too, and get ready for that process coming up in November. So, and also, I guess, trying to remember anybody else. Obviously, the charity race, the Chkd 100. That's a big part of what I'm pushing right now, to get people out to come to that event. It's the American Indoor Karting in Virginia Beach. They've been a big help with trying to get things going. And obviously, with the Pro Wing Champ cars, I got Ogles Race Motors. They powered us to our second victory a few weekends ago. And they've pretty much taken over the Pro Wing division now, with drivers running Ogles Motors because they're just so reliable and so competitive out there. They've really made a point out there on the big tracks now.
Cool.
Also, Diamond and Sons Custom Paint, they helped me out with the arena race, and they're helping me out with my U-Car sponsorship too. And we're always looking for more sponsors. Anybody wanting to help us out, get there and run U-Cars and Pro Wings and even arena race and whatever else we get into, we take care of our sponsors.
Cool. Now, I'm going to give you a general rule. Whenever you're on a show, you should always thank the show.
Yes.
That's a little PR stuff. You need to tell Anna Marie to get that installed in everybody else's heads about that,
Right, yeah. And I definitely thank Prescott Racing for allowing me to come on their show. I've been on there co-hosting before, I think twice.
Yeah, we had a good time with you. We'll run you crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's great to be out there. Hopefully I'll have time to come out again on there, probably maybe after the charity race or something like that, come back on the show and talk about it.
You get a good big old race wrap up on it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I've been trying to get with Race Wrap, talking to them, trying to put the promotional stuff for the charity race on there, but they haven't got back to me on that. Obviously, our event is now on the Chkd official events page, so that, the event is official. We have total backing behind Chkd, total support. I think hopefully we'll have some members come out and speak before the race or something like that, so obviously we'll have donation jars and other stuff going on. We'll have apples and other prizes to give away.
Now, if I remember, you're supposed to be getting something here from them, too, as well. Some breakfast or function or something like this.
What?
I saw where you were invited, something to do with King's Daughters, where they oh shoot, what's the word? To point out, here are some of the people who have been helping out King's Daughters. You know, to give you the warm fuzzy thing. You know.
Right.
You had something you're going to be going to. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. A while back. Yeah, we CHCD had their 50th anniversary. Get together at a yacht club there, and that's where a bunch of people who have participated, you know, at CHCD, putting on events and stuff like that, donating money, is what I attended that.
I thought this was something that was just recently sent out. Unless it was just somebody repeating what it had been before or something when you went. I don't know. Hey, you know how it is. I get all sorts of stuff in my...
Right. Oh, yeah, believe me, I'm the same way. I'm trying to remember what you're talking about. I know, yeah, I had that reception for the, you know, for being a part of the event. But, yeah, for the most part, it's just been, yeah, working on this stuff ourselves, trying to get the word out again, trying to work on getting some promotional stuff out there as well, trying to get out in the media to that more people outside of, obviously, fans of racing. Obviously, they're going to be going to Langley and talking about the event.
Yeah.
A few races from now.
Yeah, I think finally this Saturday it's going to be a nice, clear, cool and crisp day. So that means the car's going to be out there ready to run faster than normal because you're going to have a lot cooler intake into the engines.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's after what 5 weeks now we'll finally be getting a race in.
I know. The last time we raced was when the Nashville modifieds were here. Since then, I think the racing. I know I've tried going out like once or twice before, and obviously a few weeks ago we attempted that Sunday race, and that was a rain out. And then last weekend, you know, we just played safe, and they called it early or whatever. So
yeah, it had a bunch of stuff coming up, and so I figured they called it before everybody came out and came into work and everything.
Well, it's better than what happened last time. They attempted and they didn't expect what happened, and it cost money when you actually come out there. So. They're trying to protect themselves by just telling us to stay home just in case. And
yeah.
Because at this point, I mean, everybody predict, yeah, it's going to rain again the weekend. So, yeah, I tell it needs to get over, needs to rain during the week, get it over itself and dry up and be sunny on Saturday. So, we'll see what happens, but we'll be ready. We'll have both the Pro Wing and the U-Car out there, so I'll be doing double duty.
Yeah. What do they do? Aren't they? Yeah, they're doing twins on one of those, aren't they?
I think the next week, I don't know if they've added anything since then, but they put out that new schedule where they've added a few divisions or whatever.
Because I had lunch with Chuck yesterday. Tuesday? Yeah, yesterday, and he was talking about something about one of the divisions was getting some twins or something like that they hadn't had before.
I know the Grand Stocks were supposed to have twins last weekend, so I guess if they're racing this weekend, they might do that. I'm not sure. I know the U-Cars and the Pro Wings both have twin races on the 22nd of October. But I don't know if they've changed anything since then, since we had the rain out last weekend. Yes, they've changed stuff since then.
Well, I'm going to cheat and use the power of the internet and go look it up. Ha-ha. Let's see here. October 1st. Modifieds for 50, Grand Stocks for 40, Super Street 40, Super Trucks 25, U-Cars 25, Wing Champs 20, Pro 6 30, Enduro's off. So basically Legends, Enduro, and late models are off.
Right.
Everybody else is running.
Yeah.
But let's see here. The Wing Champs will have twin 15s on the 22nd of October. That's about... Oh, the Grand Stocks are going to get twin 20s in on the 22nd also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I didn't even see that.
And, the same night you got the twin 15s, you got the twin 20s on the U-Cars.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to be racing full that night, boy.
It's going to be a busy night, that's for sure. We'll be running around like crazy. I definitely get my money's worth. That'll be for sure.
It looks like the late models are basically off for the rest of the year now.
I guess they got that big Martinsville race coming up.
Yeah, the Martinsville race, some of the guys I know said they had to go up there, going up there to go practice. And there's usually a couple other big races too. Was it Myrtle Beach usually has a big one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can't remember if South Boston was going to have a big one this year or not. And I think sometimes down North Carolina, Hickory, sometimes will have a big race.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you heard about when they got rid of the race at Irwindale?
Which one?
The Toyota All-Star Showdown or whatever. Then they got rid of that because they couldn't get sponsorship or something for next season.
I don't know if it's totally gone away yet or not. I have heard some rumors about some tracks that might be closing already too.
Yeah, isn't it Lanier? Recently someone said Lanier closed down.
Lanier is getting ready to, or has. I think they're going to finish out the season and close down.
Yeah, the last race, and then they'll be closed after that.
Old Dominion, it's another one. And South Boston, somebody was telling me there's some rumors about South Boston too.
Really?
So I don't know. I mean, granted, you got to base what you're doing off of the people that are coming in the gate.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been hard everywhere, I think. I mean, even Langley showed, a few divisions have had a lack in the car count this year. Even, we've got to the point at the end of the season already. It's amazing. We've had some races that we've missed and all that, and car counts haven't added up. But, overall, it's been strong racing. It's been great racing this year at Langley.
Yeah, Langley, from talking with the front office, they are, even with the rainouts, ahead of last year
Really?
as far as attendance.
That's great.
So, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, you always want to have more than you did the year before.
Oh, no, definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's even with my standard race. That's why, we're trying to get more people to come out, raise more money for the event. But, yeah, it's, like I said, yeah, the car counts have been down in some divisions. Some others it's increased. Even with the pro wings this year, it increased immensely. We had about 8 or 9, average 10 or 12 cars last year, and now we're looking at, 20, 22 cars out there.
Yeah.
So it's gotten crazy, but, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, and that's just part of racing. You'll see that curve once in a while. It'll get up where there'll be a lot of cars, and stuff will look crazy. People will get out, and things will calm down a little bit, and people will seem like, oh, well, looks like I can get back out here, so they, come out again. So it's kind of, almost like a vicious cycle or whatever, but Langley seems to be on top of the game compared to a lot of tracks, which is, great for me. Great for a lot of us in the local area. That track's been in a lot of people's lives for a long time. It's a history track, so it's great to see things are going well there for sure.
Yeah. I mean, granted, stuff has been going up car count wise. The guys at Langley and the upper divisions are basically ranked some of the best in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all good stuff. So you need to be getting up there.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Believe me, I am. I'm trying to move up. I'm making my strides now. I'm doing my thing in the car. I'm trying to move up in the U car, get into the big size car for here a little bit to get some experience out there. And like I said, trying to move up, even if it's not in my own ride. Start talking around to people, trying to get noticed. Whatever, just even get a shot at driving something for a little bit and seeing what happens. It's just part of the process. So.
Well, it's all good. I mean, as long as people are getting to know you, learning about the things that you're doing. Of course, being with Children's Hospital King's Daughter, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a big help, and obviously, a lot of people have started noticing us not only in our racing divisions, the strides that our team has made the past few seasons to go from the point of getting lapped out there drafting by myself and get to the point now where we're leading practices and we're contending for wins almost every weekend. Just situational things happen. And we've had good finishes. We've had a few that weren't as good. But, overall, it's been a great season for us performance-wise. So, I can't complain. But, stuff like that will definitely put people's eyes on you and hope, get you noticed and start turning some heads and stuff. It might, help you out in the long run when things go well. You might have opportunities with the charity race, the people that started recognizing me afterwards, and the help I got through that race to even get the opportunity to do arena racing was a big help for sure. But obviously, of course, it's not mainly for me. The event is obviously for Chkd.
Right.
And, everybody coming out there to help for them because they helped me when I was younger or whatever. So, they help a lot of people out, a lot of people I know. And through racing especially, Chkd is a widely acknowledged charity. So,
Yeah, they've been around a long time. I seem to remember back, even when I was back about 8 years old, I remember going to a children's hospital in the area when I had gotten a really bad wreck.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were there for a lot of people. They had, a little history spiel on it when I was at the anniversary. They got those things now with the buddy brigade for the dogs and stuff like that. They have dogs there for the patients and all that kind of stuff to kind of amp up their spirits or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got a lot of great stuff going on, and it's always great to just help them out because it just means, in the end, you're helping out a lot of people, a lot of kids, and other, which helps hopefully their families and stuff like that get through the things that, inevitably happens to people in life. So, it's always great to know that you can help.
Okay. Let's take a short break. I'm going to kick in a little mini commercial thing we have of some friends of ours that talk about us.
Hi, my name is Natalie Sather. I drive the 94 K&N Lady Eagle Safety Wear, Butler Built Seats, Bell Helmets, Hooker Harness Seat Belts, number 94 at South Boston Speedway. Be sure to listen to Let's Talk Racing TV.
I'm Sam Hunt, driving 42 car on the thing Let's Talk Racing.
Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, I'm Robert Richardson Jr., driver of the number 23 Dodge Challenger for R3 Motorsports in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, and you're watching Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Chkd Peter, driver of the number 17 Toyota in the NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing.
Okay, welcome to back to Let's Talk Racing. Oh boy, that just seems to go by too quick. I tell you, get some of our friends out there. I tell you what, if I took enough video bites of all the people that have said stuff and put it all together, I could probably have an hour-long show just everybody talking about us.
Right.
I mean, it's been fun to go out to Martinsville. Give you an example. Went out there, NASCAR officials. Me and Matt were wearing our Let's Talk Racing hats, and they say, "Oh, you're the guys on the internet," and we're going, "Huh? Oh yeah." We weren't thinking we were wearing the hats,
Right.
But it's neat that you run into stuff like that. Bill Mullis down in Florida. They knew him not because of Langley Speedway, but because he had been on the show. And they said, "Oh yeah, I saw you on that Let's Talk Racing TV show." And they said, and he told me, he says, "Oh my God," he said, "I couldn't believe it." I think that's why they got their radio show going back again.
Right. That's good. Yeah. I've been on the Langley Speedway talk show before. It's really nice to be on there talking with Bill and Chuck, all that. The time I was on there, I was talking about that tornado relief effort I did earlier in the year.
Cool. Now let's shift gears here. Let's get up in the big leagues here. Now, who do you like or would want to see win the championship, and then give me who you think will actually win?
Well, honestly, I'm partial to Jeff Burton, like I was saying earlier.
Right.
He's my main guy. But honestly, I guess, like I said earlier, I need to start looking at the points more, I guess. He still is doing good, obviously. He's won the past 2 chase races. The guy who said he probably couldn't even do anything if he was in the chase before, so.
Well, do you want me to tell you who's in the chase?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we've got Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin, and then that is the order of their standings at this point in time.
Okay. Right.
Now, me, I like Tony Stewart to win it because I've always liked Tony.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling everybody, watch out for Brad.
Yeah.
we had his spotter Joey Meyer on the show, and we gave him good karma. And you know what? Ever since they've been on the show, they have been on a tear.
Right.
Right after he was on the show, he won the nationwide race. Then he come back and got second place, and then turned around the next weekend, got a win, and then all of a sudden, nothing but top fives.
Right.
And so, and by the way, today is Joey Meyer's birthday too. Hey, happy birthday, Joey, if you're watching. So I mean, hey, if it works, we'll send you some karma too. Okay.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So, all right, now what about the nationwide series?
Nationwide, I guess. I mean, right now it's running through Ricky Stenhouse, right? Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, Ricky, Elliott, Reed Sorensen, Eric Amarillo, Justin Allgaier, Jason Leffler, Kenny Wallace. Golly, that's a name we haven't seen up in the top 10. And I hate to say that. Kenny's a good guy. He's been here with us too. Steve Wallace, Brian Scott, and Michael Arnett.
No, it's great to see Kenny up there. It's nice to see, those drivers up there. I really like the fact that NASCAR only allowed the Cup drivers, or each driver to run in a particular division for points or whatever. I think it kind of adds up the show. Obviously, it kind of sucks when you see the Cup drivers out there in the nationwide races, and the actual points leaders in the nationwide standing aren't running up front. Right there with the Cup drivers, but that's just I think experience based or whatever. But I guess I'm partial to Elliott Sadler probably.
Yeah, I'd like to see Elliott win it myself too.
Yeah, I know he had some issues earlier a while back. I guess was it Kansas, Chicago, something like that. And he started having issues, and he they've been kind of flip flopping the points here lately, the points leader or whatever. So it's still a good type battle. I mean, even without the chase format, I think those divisions, they're still holding strong for the competition. It's not really, a clear-cut winner. The points right now, I mean, shoot, you see the Truck Series. I mean, how tight it is right now with Austin Dillon and James Busher and Johnny Sauter even up there. It's just nice to see the Chevrolet drivers up there contending for a championship this year. I'm probably partial to Austin Dillon taking it, because of the performance they've been on the last year, and starting off last year and then even this year, the runs they've been having.
Yeah, because, let's see, Austin has only got a 2-point lead over James Busher, because they flip-flopped at the last race. Johnny Sauter's 7 points back. Timothy Peters, I like Timothy. Timothy's a nice guy. He's 25 points back, so he's still there. Ron Hornaday, 47 points. That's still close. Matt Crafton, 51. Joey Calder, 58. Cole Witt, 66 points back. Parker Kligerman is 68 points, and he's tied with Todd Bodine. That's your top 10. I mean, and those guys are pretty much still capable of getting to the other ones.
Right.
11th place, I hate to say it, he's back 113, so that's like 3 races you'd have to win.
Right. Timothy Peters, he's from Virginia, isn't he?
Who?
Timothy Peters?
Timothy Peters, yes. He lives out near Danville or Roanoke. Danville, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, he as well, I think. It'd be cool to see a Virginia native up there in the points.
Yeah.
Taking home a championship, I think that'd be pretty cool. Trying to, get the other people locally around here shooting for something. But, it's nice to see all the young people that getting into the ranks of the Truck Series, obviously, I guess, through ARCA and other K&N and stuff like that they've moved up through, to the Camping World Truck Series, and hopefully, moving up to the nationwide, and, wherever it goes from there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, even without the chase format, I mean, all 3 divisions this year have been very competitive. Race-wise, you really don't know who's going to win. One week somebody's on fire, the next week they're struggling to get a top 10, top 5. So it's been pretty interesting though.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Timothy lives near Martinsville. I know that. I was down there and was talking to him after one of the races, and Todd Bodine had come over, and we were all talking, and Timothy was telling Todd, hey, come on over by the house. We'll go cook something on the grill and all this other stuff, and they were then trying to figure out, because they got their haulers or their RVs, is the room enough for us to park this? Oh yeah, it's on a cul-de-sac. You can park wherever you want. All this fun stuff. Listen to them, just going on and on. But yeah, he just lives about within 30 minutes of Martinsville. So
right, that's cool. That's the cool thing, especially when he won Martinsville. It's not just the home crowd to have someone to root for. It'd be real cool if they brought Richmond back for the truck series. I really enjoyed going there to watch the truck races.
Yeah.
I went twice back when I was in Millsboro or something like that to watch them, and unfortunately they took that race away, like a few others. And
yeah, I used to remember the 3-day event. I used to love it.
Yeah.
I'd leave Wednesday from work and say, I'll see y'all Monday.
Exactly. It's cool just to go see that race.
Oh gosh. Well, Cliff, it was good having you on tonight. Spending some time with us. I know you didn't anticipate having the whole last part of the show.
That's all right.
But we got a lot of good things in, and once again, everybody be aware of the Chkd 100, October the 24th at AIK in Virginia Beach. And you will see the Let's Talk Racing team in first place.
Yeah. We got the 2 races, but yeah, anybody listening that wants to check out more information about the event, it's on Facebook, Chkd 100. That is on the Facebook page. Also, you can check out my website, CliftonSavageMotorsports.com. Just Google Clifton Savage, and you'll find most of my links, my Facebook page, my fan page, the website, and all that stuff's got information about the event to get the word out. I've got a bunch of flyers. There's a downloadable version on the site that I'll be bringing out to the track Saturday, hopefully. Be passing those out to drivers, fans alike, whatever, and getting the word out, trying to get some more people come out. It's already going to be packed with 100 drivers out there, plus, think about two people per driver come out to participate. It's going to be packed, so it's going to be great. People come out and watch this. They might run into a famous NASCAR driver or something.
Yeah, you never know who's going to show up.
Exactly.
Timothy, he wanted to take and try to do it. Robert Richardson in the Nationwide, I talked to him, but his problem is he lives down in Texas.
Right.
But they do have an apartment for him up here in North Carolina, up at the shop. Who else was it? A couple of late model drivers out from some of the other tracks.
Right. Yeah. And, like I said, we're trying to blow this thing up and make it better every year, raise more money every year. Look what the Denny Hamlin Showdown's become. It's gone from local short track, south side, and it's come to Richmond, to run right next to the NASCAR series.
Yeah.
The event weekend. So, anything's possible. We just have the support of the drivers and the fans coming out. Who knows how big this event can get. It could probably, we can start bringing in NASCAR drivers, and it's great to have Bruce and Kay Alvin of Pick Your Photos. They do great photography at Langley Speedway, and they came out last year, and they plan on coming out again this year to take pictures of the event, creating memories of the event and archiving them and stuff. People can go to their website, go to their Facebook page, Pick Your Photos, and find those pictures just like they would for Langley Speedway race.
Yeah.
And also Taylor Maine for his videos. He's a videographer for Langley Speedway. Does a lot of great videos for other short tracks too. He put a compilation video together for the event last year, which was great, and so we're happy to have him out there again this year. He's talking about racing, so we might have to have someone else holding the camera, but some way or another we're going to get some video about the race, even if it's like an in-car camera or something like that. So, but it's great to have them along for the ride too, and like I said, who knows how big this thing can get. Maybe we'll have some shorts or something to put on for some news updates or whatever on local channels and stuff like that of the event. Maybe have them come down and videotape a little bit of the event happening or whatever, things like that. You don't know how big this can get.
Yeah, Taylor, when he's not in the car, he can always be doing some videoing too.
Yeah. He'll do his swap and he'll come back out and take over, do his expertise videographer work. So. And
like I said, we're going to try to see if we can do something too to augment it and make it a little bit better too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like I said, I'll contact you about seeing if the facility will support your show.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll have Neil Steele out there again announcing for it.
Yeah.
For 99.1, he'll be out there again.
The other good thing too is that if anything anyway, I can just do a complete recording of it too, and we can just rebroadcast it off my YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, and like I said, any commentary, anything to get the word out, and get people noticing the event, and just add to it the next year. The benefits the next year. So always a work in progress.
All right. Well, have a good night, Cliff. Tell your brother I said hi.
All right, I will. Thank you, Roger. Thank you.
Have a good night. Be safe.
All right. Bye.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. We had a good time. Clifton get a lot of good information about the charity race, and hopefully y'all can come out there and support it. Support our team, of course. Let's Talk Racing. Gibbet. Anyway, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next week. See ya! Let's Talk Racing is brought to you by PC Doctors, Computer Sales and Services. This doctor still makes house calls. And also Hampton Incredible Tees and Signs, both located at 1248 North King Street in Hampton, Virginia.